The following program is rated GE. It is suitable for general.
Welcome to Wazawazi. My name is Chebet Mutai and I'm the founder and the current CEO of Wazawazi. Wazawazi is a lifestyle brand. And when we say lifestyle brand, it means that we want to design all the components of your life. So we are primarily known for the leather goods, but we actually have an apparel side, we have a travel business, we have a bit of a home goods business, and we want that our customer is really able to design their life at Wazawazi. Wazawazi means it really is a play on two Swahili words. Waza, to think, and Wazi, open. So Wazawazi is just, an invitation to be open-minded about diversity, culture, ideas, just, embrace differences, not just within our continent, because we are a very Afrocentric lifestyle brand, but beyond. We started in 2012 after a short, kind of 3-year stint at a development agency. And for me, it was clear that we didn't need to tell most, make more plans about development in Africa. I think we spend a lot of time theorizing about African development and change, when what really we need to do is just get on the ground, create opportunities for everyone, and create jobs. I think the politics of Africa are really more around opportunities that allow people to be employable, or opportunities that allow people to do better than they did yesterday. I feel like that's the hugest gap. So we don't need aid, we just need to focus on trade. And for me, it's just looking at the ways that we can empower more people to be employable, especially African youth. We have a huge population of young people. A lot of them are currently idle. So how do we plan to organize this idle, vibrant, strong, energetic force into productive communities? So at Wazawazi, we hope that we can be part of that solution to create jobs, to tell the African story, and send our products and pieces everywhere, like all over the world. I'm happy to say that we have products all over the world because our customers have become our biggest ambassadors. I think our customers are the first influencers because 10 years ago when we started, they were the ones who would tell other people, their immediate networks, or have you heard of Wazawazi? Do you have a Wazawazi bag? And that is how we, suddenly would get an order from like New York or Tokyo or even as far down as Australia and even Iceland. What makes our products amazing is right off the bat, quality is obvious. I mean, for us, quality is not even really a selling point because I think as consumers, we should demand for quality as a bare minimum right off the gate. I think what is really special about our bags and our pieces is that we use design as a tool to express our Africanness. We use it as a tool to elevate African stories. So these are cultural ambassadors, and people who carry them or buy our clothes or use our furniture want to bring a little bit of Africa into their house, and not Africa in a arts and crafty way, but more as from a design perspective. So how do you make sure that your cushion is not just a cushion but also a statement on your design or your heritage or your preference, a strong comment, and it's not about complex design but design that suits your life. How we know leather, we are the leather people, and one way to know if you're dealing with real leather is a simple fire test. Leather does not burn easily. You need very high temperatures for leather to burn, so that's a good way to test it. The surface, you can always tell, it's not, when leather is not so adulterated, it's not very perfect, it's not like super smooth. It will have some marks, and that's, just the patina of the leather. It's part of the animal, it's part of its story. At Wazawazi, quality control is a way of life. We quality control from the sourcing. We source all our leather locally. We have some of the best tanneries in Africa, right here in Africa, and we buy all our leather locally. So we look at the leather, we work with only high quality leather manufacturers, and then once the leather comes into the factory, we have to use the right leather for the right product, not just just because it's leather, you use belt leather to make a wallet, it won't work. So that's the first thing about quality. Secondly is that our team is really skilled, and people at our factory are really good at certain things, or like the whole process, and that's the way I think it can only work, especially here in Kenya, because we don't have any leather training institute, so for leather machinists and leather workers. So we have to train them on the job, and that's what we've been doing. We have an ambition to set up a training institute, but I think that should be a government driven initiative, because not only am I creating jobs, but it cannot also be my job to do training. So there are certain gaps, and I think all these Chebet driven initiatives are going to solve a lot of that for the industry. So we train on the job. Our team is full-time. We don't believe in part-time employment, because when there is no employment, what is that person supposed to do, right? That's actually an ethical issue for me. So we've been with our team for very long. We have bidders, Maasai ladies. They're different because of the way they live. You know, they're herders, they're nomads. So they come twice a week, and then the rest of the time, you know, they work from home. As far as my favorite design goes, that's kind of like asking a mom to choose a favorite child. It's really not easy for me, but right now the Mwende backpack is really popular with our customers, so I'd say right now it's our favorite. But you have to understand how we design. We just don't design bags for the looks. We also design for mainly working women. So they need a bag that not only is beautiful, but it also fits into their work life. You know, I have a laptop, I have gadgets, I might carry some, you know, some water, I have books, you know, a notebook, pens, you know. So we want to make it easy for you to look good at work. So there's a lot of design thinking for functionality and aesthetics that go into our production. As you can see, it's a really cool design because it's a briefcase for a working woman, it's a crossbody sleeve bag for a working woman, and it's also a backpack. It's compartmentalized, it's lined with suede lining, it has a partition for a laptop, you know, sleeves, it has slots. Like it really is a woman's working bag, travel bag, everyday bag. This is the Mwende. We dedicate all our bags to our customers. So Mwende is actually a customer of ours. We call them Wazawazi babes or Wazawazi men, and this is dedicated to Mwende. We actually started naming our bags with African names a long time ago. Now I see it like a trend, but we started naming the bags after Kenyan women, and now more African women, because first we wanted to make it normal to say and to have African names associated with that name. Because when I started, there was nothing like that. It was kind of, you know, just like an Italian thing. And if you can managed to pronounce the name Salvatore Ferragamo, surely you can get your tongue around Makosewe or Kitoni or Auma or Nyagudi, you will get used to it. From the beginning, I have been the main designer, the only designer at Wazawazi. There was someone who did make a few great designs, about 3-4 very functional travel accessories. But for growth to occur, we need other people to take over the design. So going forward, we're going to see a lot more diversity in design, because we actually now have 2 full-time designers there that have just started, or one actually, Kista has been there for a while and she's going to lean more towards the design process. She's been in production for a while. Now she understands very well how we do things. The new guy is a fashion designer, he's called Dindi, and he's going to do the clothes and the apparel side, and then hopefully the 2 of them can really be able to bring forth their home collections, with a lot of strength between the 2 of them. Want to now really clearly be known as a design-centric house. I mean, we already are well known for good designs, but we want to be real design-centric. By the end of this year, by the end of 2022, let everyone just go like, no, you need to check out Wazawazi designs, because we have young, new, incredible, talented people who will do that for us. So at Wazawazi, we sell primarily to women, but of course we have men accessories like our Wafula briefcase, which is this one, designed for a working man who means business. This is a very powerful briefcase. It will outlast you. This is our women's collection. We have the Mo Messenger briefcase. We have laptop accessories, laptop bags. These wash bags are very popular with guys. We have belts. We love our men and we design for them, and actually our Wazawazi men are very, very loyal. They are loyal. I mean, they have 5-6 pieces. Sometimes you get a photo and you're like, whoa, you really are loyal. So yeah, and we'll see more of that. I think we see more women centric because a lot of our customers have been women, but we still sell. And these women also have men, so they want to surprise their husbands, partners, family members with our bags. So yeah, it was something. I think the biggest highlight for us is that we've stood till now. Being here 10 years on has not been easy. It's not been easy. But I think what kept us going was our people, both on the production side, having a very loyal, committed, talented, dedicated team. On the supply side, then having very loyal, dedicated, supportive customers on the demand side has allowed us to manage some sort of balance. We look forward to the future, and this time maybe approaching things without a lot of fear, a lot of second guessing ourselves. Are we good enough? Do people like what we do? Yeah, they love it. So no need to fear, just go forward and just bring forth. That's what I'll tell anyone who wants to start a business. Just for as long as you're being true about your why are you doing this? Just go forward. People just
support you and line up and find your crowd and your community, your tribe rallying behind you, and that is really what has happened. So actually, Wazawazi started with clothing. That was in 2012. We would make clothes that were a blend of cultures. So I'd get saris and then try and blend them with kitenges or kikois, because I wanted to, and that's where the name Wazawazi came from. I wanted to blend cultures into design and just like make it normal to have a sari and have a kitenge head or have a kitenge pocket on your sari. Just blending cultures. Forget about the clothes, they would never let us forget about them. So now you'll see the clothing. Yeah, so it's a very very smart, chic clothing that are for women, primarily feminine clothes that allow women to go to work and feel amazing as women. Clothes that feel comfortable and allow us as women to just have our bodies where they are. And it's going to be fun.
Okay, so some of the challenges we face is that we have to do a lot of industry training, which is very expensive, and really, honestly, in all fairness, does not allow us to grow at the pace that we could grow. For as long as there isn't a pool of skilled people, it's not like IT where you just put up an ad and then you get some, highly qualified people. Here we have to do a lot of sifting and a lot of training, and that's quite expensive for the private sector players. I think, especially during COVID, I realized that a lot of businesses are really out here on their own. I understand well and good that the role of government is to support the doing business environment. But when we are faced by an extraordinary event such as COVID, something needs to happen. Other governments really went out of their way to support their entrepreneurs. Here, there was no support for entrepreneurs, and that was really disappointing for me and shocking, actually. And so that there is no real support. I feel unsupported as an entrepreneur in Kenya by government, and that's not really fun. Everything else we can manage. In as far as what I would do differently if I was to start again, I think the only thing I would do differently is not to doubt myself. I wasted a lot of time second guessing myself, only to find out later on that I was right anyway, and I'm still going to do it. So why waste time? Just do it now. For anyone tuning in right now, we are online. We are a digitally native brand. We are available on socials, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter as Wazawazi Kenya or Wazawazi Lifestyle. And we have a store at Valley Arcade where we are right now, Valley Arcade Mall right next to the Java. And we would love to hear from you. I think what I would tell anyone out there is don't waste time second guessing yourself. If you're truly committed to what you're doing, so if your why is genuine, if you really care about the idea you have, you should really, really, really just get it done.